Hey y'all, it's your girl ArtisSHI with ShiSpeaks. Cheers, girl. So this is the Valentine's Day podcast for all my lover girls, the love like me. And look, I got a gift. So I did a little questionnaire. So between TikTok, Instagram, my followers, I just had y'all ask me questions about love, about being single, about loving yourself, romanticizing your life, because y'all know I do that best. So we're gonna get into it. Let's see. Happy Valentine's Day, babies. Okay, so this one is this is a good one. What are some self-love date ideas that you could take yourself on? So I actually seen this video and I thought it was really, really dope. And she created a jar and it had all of these different ideas. Like, I just tell people start doing stuff. One thing I've come to realize, like when I post and just talking to women, and I hate this for y'all. Why do y'all feel like y'all got to wait till y'all have a significant other to treat yourself? If you like going to the beach, go to the beach today. If you like going out to eat, if you love romantic meals, set yourself some candles, run yourself some bath water, put rose petals in there, buy yourself perfume, romanticize your life, honey. Like, when it comes to ideas, really just think about you. That's what this is about. So this episode is really just me talking to y'all, answering questions just about how to navigate being single. And even if you aren't single, just really navigating how to love ourselves more as women. And like I said, grab your wine, girl. Let's drink and you can bring him too. So for the men too, because a lot of times y'all don't really know how to take care of yourself and get more into what makes you feel just good inside. Because you can't make nobody else feel good if you don't feel good, you know? So, but when you're talking about ideas, I would really say just think of you. Like, one idea, for instance, I love going to the beach, and I love to cook. So I'll go to the grocery store. I'll buy myself flowers, my favorite flower. I'll cook a little simple meal, and then I'll go to the beach. I'll bring my boom box, and I'll have a whole little setup out there, candles and everything, and it's just me. And I'll journal, or I'll read my favorite book. Just something, make it about something that you've always wanted to do. That's just for you, nobody else. And start there. That's what I'll say, start there. All right, let's look at our next one. Okay. So this question is, if Valentine's Day were a food, what would it be and why? That's very interesting. I really want to say chocolate because that's typically what people think about is chocolates. Maybe because it's sweet, but well, I guess for me it would be the white chocolate dip strawberries because I don't know, it's just what I like. I feel like Valentine's Day, if it were a food, it should be whatever you like. It's about you, honey. You celebrating loving you. So let's see. Let's get into another one. How do you define love? And has that definition changed over time? I feel like love is from within. And I think that it's pure and it's genuine and it's honest and it's forgiving. My true definition of love is 1 Corinthians 13:1. That's like my favorite scripture, where God talks about love and how love doesn't covet and it's quick to forgive and it has self-control and all of those things. Has that definition changed over time? I feel like for me, the definition of love hasn't changed because, again, I feel like love is 1 Corinthians 13. But as far as how I apply love, that has changed. And it's more of I had to realize that with the love that I give and the way I love, because it's so pure and because it's so genuine, you have to truly have boundaries and you have to protect that love. It's like a treasure chest. You know, when people go search for the treasure ain't just sitting there for everybody to grab. It's a map, and people got to go through all types of things, all types of different challenges to really like get to that treasure. Like, your heart is a treasure, and you got to let people treat it as such, you know? So that's what I think. Like, love is pure and it deserves pure treatment. Period. That's what I would give love. Let's see what this one is. Y'all have some really good questions. Some really good questions. What's one lesson about love you wish you learned earlier in life? Boundaries. Just boundaries, y'all. Like, it's cool to love people and it's cool to, want the best for everybody, but you cannot pour into people with an empty cup. And I think women and just people in general, it's a lot of us that kind of deal with trying to figure out how to navigate loving others and loving yourself. But when you start realizing that you're always having to choose them over you, you need to take a step back. You need to figure out your voice and what do you need. And you need to also pay attention to how do you feel around these people that you love. When you exert your energy in them, do you feel drained, or do you feel, because it's supposed to bounce like a ball, like back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Are we in this together or are we not? You know what I'm saying, girlfriends? Yeah, that's what I think. Y'all got some really good questions, though. I love this for me. I love this for y'all. Let me see. Do you believe soulmates exist? Why or why not? I love love. You know I believe soulmates exist, girl. Yes. I do think that we have different versions of ourselves, and I feel like we meet people exactly where we're at that time. And that doesn't mean like you mirror somebody exactly, but I feel like when it comes to our healing and our traumas and just where we're at in life, a lot of times that's the level of love that you will attract, your energy. So if you feel like you're not receiving what you need, I feel like we should look into ourselves and really try to see, like, am I my own soulmate right now? Am I being trustworthy to myself? Am I being honest to myself? Am I being true to myself? That's pretty much, I feel like as a soulmate, it's a reflection of you, but I feel like it's also a reflection of all the self-work you done. You know what I mean? How do you celebrate Valentine's Day if you're single? Clock it. Okay. So this Valentine's Day, I am single. That's a really good question. I feel like you need to do whatever it is you want to do. I really feel like people should really work on romanticizing themselves like they do a partner. Whatever you thought that you wanted to do for a significant other, do it for yourself. If you wanted to get a room and decorate the room, book you a room, girl. Have you a spa day. Put decorations everywhere. Put affirmations to yourself of why you love yourself. If you have friends, that's what, like, there's so many different variations of love. Like, it doesn't have to always be a significant other in a relationship. You have love around you. Utilize that. For real. Get your friends together. Y'all have a Galentine's. Have a moment where y'all each sit and say something significant about each other, which I feel like we should do anyways. I feel like a lot of people take time to spread their love and let everybody know how much they love someone at a funeral, which I never understood that. Like, people are not here to hear what you have to say, to feel the love. They can't smell the flowers you buy. None of that. So that's what I would do on Valentine's Day and every single day. Love yourself. Love yourself how you would want to love the next person, and love yourself out loud. Do this Valentine's Day, my single ladies, love yourself out loud. Get dressed. that hair done, them nails done, the toes done. Make yourself feel 110% because you deserve that. That's what I would do on my single day. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna mix it up. Let's mix it up. What does self-love mean, and how can we cultivate that in our daily lives? Self-love is just truly about self. Figure out the things that matter to you. Start with hobbies. I read a post one time, and I've really been applying that in my life, where it says your most happiest self was your inner child, like your hobbies that you used to do when you were younger. Like, I love to read. I used to go in the libraries, and I would just rent 3 and 4 books, and all of my friends would be looking for me, and I'm in the library by myself. But I was so at peace. And I feel like that's where I built my love for writing and things like that, just because that's already what I wanted to do. I love to read. So, of course, now I love to write, and I love words. And that's where I built a lot of my self-love within myself. I felt like I stood out in that way. Like, oh, I'm a wordsmith. I'm good with my words. I'm good with expressing myself. Things like that. So when you talk about cultivating it in your daily lives, is literally just picking something for you. That's really all self-love is about. It's about self. Every day, find one thing you can do to choose yourself, whether it's running yourself a bath, whether it's getting your favorite bottle of wine, whether it's getting your favorite piece of chocolate, and take that time and indulge in it. Don't rush it. Don't try to hurry up and sneak it. For my single mothers, you have kids. Once you lay them kids down, honey, run yourself that bath. If you have a favorite book, read that book. If you have a favorite chocolate, each time you bite that chocolate, be like, this is so good. Like, relish it. If you love to cook, when you cook, don't rush and cook. Put on your slow jams. Put on your favorite song. Pour your favorite drink. Relax and vibe and just align with yourself. That's how you cultivate that lifestyle of romanticizing your life, romanticizing yourself, and that energy, you'll exude it. And when you exude it, you'll exude it so loud that anybody that comes into your aura, they gotta go through love. They got to. That's how I am. Like, I'm not dealing with no anger. I'm not dealing with no messiness. Like, that's not where I am. I'm unapologetically love, honey. So if that's what you want to be, if that's what you want to give, you have to give it out loud. Be so loud about you. And don't feel a type of way like, oh, I have to dim myself in this room. No, love yourself. And love yourself loud and proud. And your people are going to love you that same way. So if you run into somebody that's making you feel like you doing the most, or you doing too much about you, then they can go find less. Because I am going to do the most every time. I am the most. You know, that's how we cultivate love. So that last question was similar to the other question. But what I'm going to tell y'all is, for my girls that feel like their love season has been paused by God, I know how alone that can make you feel. I know how sad sometimes it can be, even with you choosing yourself every day. But understand everything is done with a purpose. And understand sometimes God will pause your season of love, not because it's anything wrong with you, but because you need to truly see yourself. You don't need to see replicas of yourself to match the people that you loved. That effort and that energy and all that time that you put into all these people that you keep pouring into, you need to pour into yourself. Don't look at rejection as something that makes you less than. The rejection sometimes is the protection, because sometimes we will literally we'll try to align ourselves with people that don't really match us just because what we love to do. Love is an addiction. It really is. Like, I have a song called Love Addict, and it says, I don't do drugs, I do love, that's it. And I'm so serious, y'all. That's what I do. But what I had to realize is when I'm in that mode, I'm not truly loving myself. I'm not truly being myself all the way because I'm so addicted to this feeling of love. But I don't have to be addicted to anything I already am when I could just love myself. And the more I love myself, the more I choose myself. And that comes to when I wake up, the way I think, the conversations I entertain, the people I entertain. If you feel like, if at any point the people in your life are not giving you what you need and you're overdoing, oversharing, overcompensating, you need to take a step back and let God do what he needs to do for you. So don't feel like you're less than or that it's a problem with you because your season of love is paused, or the fact that you may feel like you're connecting with people but you can't find your person. Honey, it's because your person is you. Once you figure that out, build that relationship with yourself, the more you feed into yourself and get right with yourself and be confident in the woman that you are, I'm telling you, you're going to receive all the blessings that you deserve. And at this time, that pause might not be, that's not just like it's pausing love and you won't ever have love. It's just pausing you giving so much of your love away to other people. Give it to you. Because, honey, I'll tell you right now, I've realized the time that I tell by myself, can't nobody love me like me. I am love, honey. I am love. Like, who? When I think about me and the way I love, I don't know. God might have to, he probably going to have to put something together for me, special package and in a box just like this, you know? And I'll pick it up and be like, oh, look at what God did. But it's okay. It's okay to be on pause, but just give that love to yourself. So, let's see. Okay. Ooh, so this one is for my ladies in a relationship. How to keep it spicy for Valentine's Day for your partner. I like this question. So I'm very spontaneous myself, but I just say just do it. Whatever you want to do, like feel yourself, feel all of your inner inhibitions. I don't even know if I said that right, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Don't clock me, but clock me. But just think about something. Think about your wildest fantasy. Think about when you first met your person and how wild and crazy y'all were. Just how y'all did things in the beginning before, you got comfortable. And just take yourself back. Find different things about yourself to make you fall in love with yourself. Change your hair, change your wig. I'm very, like I said, I'm very spontaneous. I think out of the box. Like you might find me hanging from the ceiling somewhere on a pole. I don't know. Try it. Just try it. The elements of surprise. Do whatever you feel like that you want to do. Explore yourself. That gives your partner the chance to explore so many different sides of you because we change over time, and I feel like a lot of people sometimes you get stuck in this routine with your person. Mess that routine up, scratch it up, keep them on their toes, just whatever makes you feel spunky, you do, because your spunky may not be my spunky, but make it muy caliente, mommy. That's what I say, do. That's what I say, do. What I sound like, y'all? Cardi B or something? Probably with that laugh. But, this is a good one. I want to drastically change my look, but I don't know how my people going to feel like it. Going to feel about it. Okay. So I feel like this is a compromise thing. Because of course you want to be confident in yourself. And as women, our bodies change, and we always have a different look that I know I want to be I want to have a different look almost every 3 days. Y'all know me. If you follow me, you know I don't never look the same. But I think that's a conversation that I would honestly have with my partner, and just talk to them about how you feeling, because this is also when a person chooses to do life with you, that's what it is. Especially if you're married, but even if you're in a committed relationship for a long time, I would really sit and talk with my person, let them know exactly how I'm feeling. And sometimes you may feel like you need to drastically change things just because that there's a certain level of intimacy that y'all just haven't experienced together in so long, just because you're so comfortable. So maybe doing different exercises, talking, communicating, where, because you also don't want that person to feel like the person they fell in love with just wants to change everything about themselves. Because then how are they going to feel if they already fell in love with you and you want to be this completely different person? But that's where, like I said, when you decide to choose your partner or you want to do life with somebody, then, we change it. A person at 5 years ago is not going to be the same person. We change within ourselves. How you was thinking 10 years ago, you don't think like that. Certain hairstyles you liked on yourself, you don't like them no more. So when you want to talk about drastic, then if you want to make a drastic decision, it's time for some drastic communication. And don't feel like you got to rush yourself on anything, but just be honest with yourself, be honest with your partner, and be transparent, and go from there. That's what I would suggest. So I picked 2 cards this last time on accident, so I can go ahead and read this one. Okay. This is a good one. So this is more like a commentary. So it says, I feel like I'm happy in my relationship, but I miss myself. I love my kids. I love my husband, but I just want to get back to me. Okay. I feel like a lot of women deal with this. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. I just think that, again, to have that conversation with your partner, but also, ask yourself, what do you mean when you say you want to get back to yourself? Like, do you want to spend more time with some of your friends? Do you want to get back into the gym? Because I do feel like women, we often, once we get in relationships and we become a we so fast, a lot of things that matter to us kind of go to the back burner. Maybe try once a week finding something that was just for you. I remember being in a long-term relationship, and it got to the point where I felt like I had to give myself at least an hour. And for me, the thing was going to the gym. And I never was really much of a gym person, but I didn't like how I felt. Like, I just kind of felt like I had let myself go a little bit. So for me, I had found this interactive class, and I made sure it didn't matter what I had going on, but from 7 to 8:30, that was my time on these specific days. And my partner at the time understood that was my time. And I made sure in between that time, I gave myself just time to think about me. And for me, that was working on my body. So it's just little steps, making those little gestures, whether it's like, okay, once a week, I'm going to go out to eat with my girls like we used to. And maybe make a rule. When we're out, let's not talk about relationships at all. Let's talk about things that we want to do, or finding a short-term goal that you can attain in 6 months and really focusing on that and building a plan on how to do that. I feel like those little things are how you can get back to yourself, but also without neglecting, your husband that you love at home, your kids, because although they need a mother and although they need a wife, you can't be any of those things if you're not happy within yourself. So yeah, that's what I would do. All right, y'all. So I had some amazing questions tonight for my single girlies, for my mothers, for my wives. I'm going to have to do this more often with y'all. I really appreciate the feedback, and I appreciate all the support for ShiSpeaks podcast. Like, I want to make this a safe space for y'all. Y'all making this a safe space for me. So, you know me. You gotta grab your wine, girl. Let's drink. And you can bring him too. Until next time.